Welcome back to Reputation at Stake. This is my mama, and we're just going to do her week 11 update.
Okay.
So you had your debut at kind of week 10, so 70 days doing carnivore. And how are you feeling?
I finally weighed myself this morning with my phone turned on, which means that the weight got recorded. On August 17th, which was the day after that birthday bash that she and Randy did for me, she said, "Don't weigh yourself tomorrow, Mom. Don't weigh yourself." So, of course, what did I do? I weighed myself, and I was down a pound.
Woohoo.
And then this morning, I tried to walk by the scale, but it jumped right out in front of me. And so I said, all right, I'll try it. I was already dressed, had taken a shower, so all the dirt was out of my hair. And
That weighs me down too.
yeah, I know. And it was August 18th. I weighed 243. Then I looked up the stats on my weighing program. And according to when they decided I was as low as I was going to go without going on the carnivore diet, the stats decided to say that I have lost 10 pounds. And that's okay with me.
Yeah.
I mean, I had 3 weeks of not losing an ounce and gaining a pound here and there. And it was so frustrating. So those stats are all right.
Yeah, not bad. So this week you've lost like 2 or 3 pounds, right?
Yes.
'Cause I think you were at 246 at the beginning of the week.
And it stayed there. And it did not want to go down to 245.0.
Right.
It would give me 245.8 and 245.6, but it would not go down to
Yeah.
And my goal for my birthday month was to get below 245.
There you go. And
So I
you did
made it.
Yeah. Congratulations. So for your birthday bash, we had cloud bread that we flavored more in the cake region because I put vanilla in it and I did put some stevia in it. What cloud bread is it's 8 eggs that you separate yolks and whites, mix in a pack of cream cheese with the egg yolks, and then you whip the egg whites until they're stiff. And then I added vanilla and cream cheese to the egg yolks, whip that, and then mix the two together, bake it for 20-ish minutes. And then you want to put that in the refrigerator overnight because otherwise it tastes really eggy. And then we topped it with whipped cream, and then I made Dr. Kilt's vanilla ice cream. So all in all, you had a whole bunch of cream, and you don't normally have that much rich food, right? No, I mean, you have steaks and that kind of stuff. So,
But not a lot of fat rich, which I see as in whipping cream.
yeah. But you did have kind of like a almost allergic reaction to all the cream, didn't you?
Well, you were sticking my nose in my business, so my nose got all fired up. No.
Yeah, you had a harder time breathing, your nose turned red. I got really concerned because it was so quick. Have you noticed you've been able to breathe better losing weight?
Sometimes.
Sometimes, yeah.
Sometimes. Don't tick me off.
Right. We also had shrimp and scallops for your dinner. So how was that? Just tasted good.
As good as always.
As good as always. Yeah, you love seafood and fish. So weight's down, and then you got below 245, which was your August goal. So that's exciting, and we're only halfway through.
And I'll tell you, 243 was beautiful this morning.
That's awesome. You have new shoes on.
Yes, I bought some shoes through Amazon. I said, well, let's see how these fit. I bought 3 pair, actually. And the first pair I tried on, my toes would not go down into the toe box. They just stayed here, and they said, your feet are too fat for these shoes. I said, all right, I'll try a different pair. So I tried a different pair, and they're quite a bit heavier than the ones I have on this morning. And they're a little more difficult to walk. And we have a surprise party coming up tomorrow. And I wanted to wear my lightweight ones. So I got really brave this morning after my shower. And I put socks on. And I said, well, let's see if I can get these shoes on. And I did.
That's awesome. Yeah, you get swelling in the top parts of your feet. That's the first indicator that
I'm retaining water.
Retaining water, yeah. Fluid. I was trying to figure out a way to say full of fluid, full of it.
Thanks a lot.
Yeah, because of carnivore, because ever since you bought those, you haven't been able to wear them,
Right.
even put them on. So
I haven't even tried. I know better.
Yeah. Wow, that's awesome. So what else you got?
What I put down, this is when I got out of the shower this morning, what Elizabeth asked me to put down what I want to talk about. I'm going to talk about one big blow up that my sweet husband and I had.
Oh, I love this.
I don't love it. I was extremely ticked off. Elizabeth often brings me lunch and supper. And while my husband was visiting and we were playing games, she brought me down a plate of steak and scrambled eggs. I ate it right in front of Donald. I was hungry and it was, he had been eating cheese crackers and this, that, and the other thing. And so we don't excuse ourselves if we're going to eat. We just eat. And I offer him a bite now and then, but not always. It's too good. But anyways, he said, well, you must have gone off your diet eating the mac and cheese and steak. And I said, what are you talking about? Now I could feel that anger just beginning to boil. And he says I have a fiery temper, but I know better. So I said, what do you mean, mac and cheese? He said, that stuff Elizabeth brought down to you. He said, that was steak and mac and cheese. And I said, bologna. And I didn't really say bologna either. I was really upset. I said, Donald, that was scrambled eggs. It was not scrambled eggs. Don't lie to me. Oh, man. I almost, said, why don't you go for a ride or take a long walk off a short dock? I finally convinced him, and I think you came down and even agreed with me that was scrambled eggs.
Yeah.
Why were they different?
Because we do the pasture raised scrambled eggs, so they're a lot more yellow.
They're
Orange and yellow. Yeah. So, yeah.
We talked about it. I did bring it up this morning. We talked about it, and he still said that in his memory, when he thinks about what was on my plate, it was mac and cheese.
Yeah.
And as I was getting dressed after my shower this morning, I thought about how easy it was to get dressed. I've been handicapped for a good long time. So I have all kinds of tricks and shortcuts and different ways of getting something done. I hold on to a walker and I can bend down and pick something up off the floor. I noticed that getting dressed this morning, it was different. After the shower, I spread my towel on the toilet seat. It was down. And I grabbed my clothes and I could just put my feet in my pant legs without having to use a lift-o-leg, which is a contraption I use sometimes to pick my feet up. Everything went on so much easier.
Oh, wow.
Even drying myself with the towel, I could dry behind my knee and down around my ankles. And those are not easy places to reach when you're heavy. Anyways, I came out into the living room and that's when I made the decision to try on those new shoes. And I thought of something as I brought my clean socks up and smelled them and made sure they smelled good. Put my socks on with no help. And that probably sounds dumb to most of you that can bend down, put your sock on, put your shoe on, and get on with life. But for me, for a couple of years now, I've needed help to put my socks on. But it's humiliating to me. It's like, are you ever going to gain back what you lost? Because I had an attack of sepsis a few years ago that put
Not
me...
septic.
No,
I tell the doctors all the time you went septic and they look at me.
Sepsis is a very serious reaction to a UTI, urinary infection. As people age, they don't realize they have a UTI because they get so used to having it hurt when they go potty that they don't think anything of it. In fact, my habit was to cut back on drinking so that it didn't hurt when I went pee. So that sepsis put me down for about 3 months. I just couldn't come back. I had lots of pain here, there, and everywhere. And Elizabeth finally worked it out because I had been in the hospital that she could get nurses' aides. What do you call it?
Well, that was during COVID. And unfortunately, they didn't come until the last couple of weeks and they just did rehab. There was no help when you were bedbound.
Right. But they did show me that I could hold on to the walker. I could make it into my bathroom.
They started teaching you how to do everything again. Yeah.
The bathroom is just around the corner from my bed. It's like 5 steps. But I couldn't make it. So I had a bedside commode that I would use. And then I'd say, Elizabeth. But anyways, I went from really being bedbound to learning to get out of the bed by myself. At that point, I had a hospital bed. And so all I had to do was find the thing that had buttons on it and press the button, and it would help me sit up, or it would help me raise my feet so that they would get blood flowing in them, and then I could swing my legs out of bed. And it was a very difficult time. I have sciatica that acts up on my buttocks and they scream. Sometimes they are so painful that sitting, standing, walking, they really hurt. She took me to a doctor who gave me some help in the prescription department. I'm a lot more independent.
Prescriptions help. I think the fact that you never gave up really helps. And then I think carnivore just kind of wraps everything up and makes everything better.
I do too.
Yeah.
That's probably the last thing I really want to talk about. And that's joining the carnivore community. And my aides are Elizabeth and Randy. When they stick to the diet, it's easier for me. If they have a cheat day, well, I tried it one day. You heard it on my last video.
That was our last cheat day, by the way.
Oh,
yeah.
So I don't want to cheat again. So when my birthday came up and she said, everything I have done for your birthday meal is legal. I said, oh,
Darn it.
it still has a lot to do with how much you take in.
Yeah.
Just because everything is, let's say, carnivore approved, it's not always Sally approved. Okay.
It's not always what's optimal for your body, too.
Yeah. So we had all the food that she prepared. It was delicious, but I didn't feel like pigging down. And then I got that rash on my nose and my lips swelled up and I didn't know what was happening.
I did give you the opportunity to cheat and we all would have gone out probably to Red Lobster, but everything there is like fried and covered in not the best of the best, so I wasn't, you have to feel special on your birthday. I mean, those are some huge milestones that you've accomplished, just by not giving up, and then you pop carnivore in the mix. And I really think you've done nothing but improved. Like, you were pretty awesome to begin with, but you're even more awesome now,
Oh, thank you.
You're welcome. So yeah, I'm really excited. I'm so proud of you.
Thanks.
And then we have, another get together, and you're still planning on not cheating, even
Right.
though there should be junk food there. So recap, you reached your goal weight for this month. You're underneath it by 2 pounds.
I know the difference between mac and cheese and
Scrambled eggs. And you are able to wear a new pair of shoes, which is always exciting. Being able to get dressed right after a shower and actually doing daily tasks, like, do you find that you don't give up as easy? So.
Yeah, it does make a difference.
Well, cool beans. Well, thanks for updating everyone on.
You said I didn't talk enough in the last video, so I made up for it this morning.
You did so good. I really appreciate it. So I hope you enjoyed hearing Mom's update. Hopefully we can do another one if she wants to. If you're interested in trying carnivore, what would you say?
Try it. You'll like it.
That's right. If you have any questions, leave them below. If you have any comments, leave them below. And as always, please like and subscribe. It really helps us.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.